Hello, and glad to have you all here. I'm Provost of the University. I'm Brian Foster, and I want to give a very warm welcome to all of you from Khon Kaen University in Thailand. Let me introduce all of the people here on the platform for a minute, just so that all of you know who they are. And I want to apologize in advance for all the damage I do to their names. Okay. First, Dr. Denpon Sutpakdi. He is Vice President for Academic and Information Technology Affairs at Khon Kaen University. Next, Dr. Supawatanakorn Wangtanawatsu. And she is Dean of the College of Local Administration. Then I'd like to introduce Dr. Chingchai Han Jenlak. Oh, there he is. Sorry. Dr. Chingchai is Deputy Chairman of the Khon Kaen University Council, and he's going to defer the honorary degree on Brady. And then I'd like to introduce, I think I don't need to introduce Chancellor Deaton. He's here also. And then Dr. Perasit Kamnuansin. And he is the Dean of the College of Local Administration. Formally. Formally. And then finally, I'd like to introduce Dr. Sumali Chaijaran. And she is Associate Professor and Associate Dean of the Faculty of Education. Okay? Would you all please? I'd like to welcome everyone here for being with us today. This is a great honor to Chancellor Deaton, and I want to extend our incredible appreciation and our humble gratitude to the KKU delegates. They've made a very long trip to come here and bestow this honor on Chancellor Deaton, and that says a lot about the relationship we have. We have a very long-standing relationship, in fact, with Khon Kaen University. And I think many of you know that the Chancellor and I both have a background and strong emotional and other ties to Thailand. The University of Missouri, like I say, has had a long partnership with KKU, and we value that partnership highly. I think one of the things that I can say about Chancellor Deaton's commitment to global issues and to his commitment to Thailand is that we value these kinds of relationships where we have close, long-lasting relationships, not just relations in passing, but close, long-lasting relationships with partnerships around the world and in Thailand. Today, the Khon Kaen University delegation is going to honor Chancellor Brady Deaton with a very high honor, an honorary degree, and it's going to be one of the proudest days in Dr. Deaton's life, is my guess. His connection to Thailand is a really strong one. It's one of service, it's one of academic engagement, and I think I can say clearly, and I can say the same about myself, a really deeply emotional attachment that goes back many years to his time in the Peace Corps. Chancellor Deaton's commitment to global issues is really impressive. The anchor of that commitment, the foundation of it, I think, was his experience in Thailand. And since that time, he has never wavered in either his Thai commitment or his interest in broader global issues. So again, we're grateful to the Khon Kaen University delegation for being here with us today, both to recognize the long-standing relationship between the two universities and to convey your high regard for Chancellor Deaton, whom you're going to honor today. So now I would like to invite Dr. Denpon Sutpakdi to the podium to begin the ceremony. So welcome, Dr. Denpon.
Chancellor Deaton, you have devoted your life to the public service as a volunteer, professor, and administrator of education and public institutes. You Your many accomplishments, including author more than 100 articles, presentations, and book chapters, as well as co-authoring 3 books in the field of agricultural economics and social sciences. As a young man, you serve as a Peace Corps volunteer in rural areas of northern Thailand, where you train farmers, enabling them to improve their agricultural work. As the only American university executive proficient in Thai language, you continue to interact with Thai people and community for their benefit. Chancellor Deaton, you have also used your administrative capability to assist Thai and other Southeast Asian people in various ways during the 1997 Asian economic crisis and the following 2004 tsunami. Most recently, you contribute to the establishment of a memorandum of understanding between the University of Missouri and Conferral University. This MOU had led to the creation of the International Doctoral Degree Program in Public Administration at the College of Local Administration, which will be the foundation of sustainable local development in Thailand. In recognition of your many contributions to the public good, the honorary degree of Doctor of Administration in Public Affairs Management is hereby awarded to you. Thank you.
Now I'd like to invite Dr. Supawatanakorn Wongthanawasu. Did I come close? Anyway, I would like to invite her to come to the podium and bestow the gown to Chancellor Deaton. And now Dr. Chingchai Han Chenlak, would you please come to the podium and bestow the honorary degree to Chancellor Deaton?
Chancellor Deaton, in recognition of your invaluable and instructive contribution to Conferral University and to Thailand, it is my great honor and rare privilege on behalf of Conferral University to confer to you the honorary degree, the doctorate honorary degree in public affairs. Congratulations.
And now Dr. Deaton will make a few short comments.
สวัสดีครับทุกคนผมรู้สึกเป็นเกียรติอย่างมากที่ได้รับเกียรติสำหรับรางวัลที่ยิ่งใหญ่ในวันนี้ผมอยากจะขอต้อนรับท่านผู้มีเกียรติทุกท่านจากมหาวิทยาลัยขอนแก่นครับขอบคุณมากครับ It's really a very deep honor for me to have this chance to speak a little bit of Thai in my humble fashion, but to be here on this occasion, I feel deeply humbled to have the delegation from Conferral University, a university that we are very proud of here at the University of Missouri for the partnership that we have developed through the Truman School of Public Affairs, especially Dean Wexler, and for Kun Pirasit for all that you have done in building a program, a doctoral program at the University of Khon Kaen, and one that brings honor to what we are doing as universities. As you have heard a bit from the introduction, my relationship with Thailand goes back to 1962 when I went there as a Peace Corps volunteer. And I will only give you just a couple of highlights because I could spend all afternoon, obviously, talking about my time in Thailand and the many wonderful occasions that I've had to return there since that time. But being in Thailand at that time, I was devoted to education. And I was sent to Thailand as a Peace Corps volunteer to teach in a vocational agriculture school at a time when agricultural development in the world was such a high priority. And indeed, as many of you know, I have returned in some ways to that priority in being appointed by President Obama to chair the Board on International Food and Agricultural Development, where we're advising the administrator of the U.S. Agency for International Development in our international technical assistance programs and capacity building programs. Thailand was an early participant and is now very much a partner with the incredible progress that Thailand has made economically and socially. They now are a partner of the United States in so many endeavors that are taking place in the world today. And I feel very honored to have had a small role in those early stages, as so many individuals here in front of us, including our Provost Brian Foster, have had. And we have had the wonderful opportunity to nurture and work with students from Thailand, such as Ta and New here, who have been such mentors to me and such prominent leaders among our student body here at the University of Missouri. And they will be taking that leadership back to new endeavors in Thailand that will bring honor again to this wonderful partnership between Thailand and the United States. I was in northern Thailand in the province of Nan on the Laotian border in 62-64 while the Vietnam War was heating up. Over lunch today, we talked about the importance of Khon Kaen University being positioned in the center of northeastern Thailand. I went to Khon Kaen and visited the university in 1963, and I have not been back since that time. But looking at YouTube this morning at Khon Kaen and the university, you have to have been there to believe how fundamentally it has all changed since that time. And of course, we have people with us today who were born in 1963, I think, and they have seen it for a lifetime. But I want to take just a moment, because we don't get these occasions very often in a lifetime, to speak to the power of education, because it was education that took me to Thailand and a commitment to developing an educational framework in Thailand in 1962. And it's the fruition and flowering of that higher educational system that brings us here today with our distinguished visitors from Thailand, from Khon Kaen University. And I want to particularly extend my thanks, Dr. Ching Chai, to you as a member of the board of Khon Kaen University, to please extend my thanks to the faculty, to the governing board, and the citizens who are so supportive of one of the great public universities of Thailand. So thank you very much. And as we got acquainted today over lunch, we realized we actually almost rubbed shoulders in the, you would know, but the DTEC days when Dr. Ching Chai was actually providing support and liaison with the Peace Corps organization in Thailand at that time with the other technical assistance efforts. That's, oh yes, that's right. Okay. So we claim a kinship here. And to fully appreciate the power of this university, you have to have some sense, I think, of the geopolitical evolution that has occurred in Southeast Asia and Thailand. I'll stand corrected by my superiors here, but Khon Kaen played an absolutely revolutionary role in the development of the Thai society. And during the Vietnam War era, at a time when the country was under tremendous duress and strain politically. And I happened to be from Kentucky, of course, and had gone to school there, and the University of Kentucky was very deeply involved in working with Khon Kaen University over the decades. So I've been able to follow Khon Kaen University in an unusual way, really, because of that. So many of my friends have gone back to help with programs there and engaged in faculty exchange and student exchanges since that time. So Kongan as a university stood very strong in developing the northeastern region of Thailand and promoting the kind of trade and economic and cultural relationships with Laos throughout that period, and now with Vietnam and other parts of Southeast Asia, in a way that is wedding Southeast Asia together in a most effective, enlightened way. And I say enlightened because if you know anything about the history of Thailand, you know that they have always been an independent country. They have never been colonized. They are the only country in Southeast Asia that has never been colonized. They have stood strong, and they have been effective in the diplomatic circles of the world because of their dependence on reason and on thinking through issues and compromising and being flexible, but sticking to those fundamental principles of culture and society and religion that we value so much in the world today. And so Thailand is truly a model that has been studied by political scientists and international relations specialists over more than a century, really, of their effectiveness in working in a very complex global society when they were not necessarily the most powerful military power, but they had cultural power and a spiritual power that carried them forward. And the United States, in being able to work with them, has benefited from that. We have learned, and I hope that it has been a mutual exchange of some real value. But I say all that to point to the importance and power of a major, what's really a major research university, very much like MU, in the center of northeastern Thailand. So as you reflect on this and look into the future, and as you watch the political change that is going to occur in Thailand over the next 20, 30 years, I hope that you will take the opportunity to perhaps probe in depth and get a sense of what really is driving this society, because it's very important that we learn about these things and reflect on them ourselves from our own society's standpoint to determine what lessons we can learn as we go forward and work, Fritz, with the European Union or with China or with Europe or Africa and other parts of the world, where we can be sure that Konkan University will be a true partner in achieving that. When I went to Konkan in 1963, I visited, I was telling our guests here, Thapra, which was really the agricultural experiment station of that region of Thailand. And at a time when the infrastructure was not very well developed, it has moved in enormous ways since then. But even then, that experiment station was providing scientific expertise in the development of the livestock industry in northeastern Thailand particularly, and in the production of quinaf and other crops that come to mind as I reflect on that trip even today, and how important those components of the agricultural economy have been in the continued evolution of Thailand, its food production, its ability to produce industrial products and be a very much active part of the industrial and manufacturing world today. So there was a vision at that time among the Thai people, and this is what's important in the setting we're here in Missouri today. There was a vision for education in the early 1960s in Thailand that was pervasive. They knew that education would lead to the future. I think it's fair for me to say, for those of you that are studying a bit more about history, and Dr. Chinchai may disagree with this, but at that time, that vision was shared by India, particularly. There was a lot going on in the world, but India was very committed to education at that time, and many of the experts in the world were saying that's not the way to go. Oh, you're wasting too much money on education. And I heard that said about Thailand also. Oh, they're spending too much money trying to educate too many people. Well, you know, look at what's happened since then. There was 26 million people in Thailand then. Today there are 65 million living at a very significant level of socioeconomic well-being as compared to what it was in the early 60s. That was driven by the knowledge base that education brought to the table. And so again, we have learned, and I hope we have not forgotten. And Jim, I think of your good spouse Elizabeth and I and our visits with Vartan Gregorian, the head of the Carnegie Corporation, the last time we met in New York, who said, you know, we taught the world the importance of education. And let me say, we, along with Thailand and India and many other countries out there, taught the world the power of education. They've all accepted it and gone forward. it's not clear that we're not going backwards. And so I say to the public here in Missouri at a very critical time, I point to the need to embrace education and make the appropriate investments that can move us as a society forward and maintain what's truly a very profound historical partnership that we cannot back away from, or we do so certainly at our own peril. So that inspiration for education continued with me after I returned to the United States, completed my own education, reared my family, and with the support of Anne and our 4 children, was able to continue returning to Thailand from time to time and seeing the progress that has occurred there. And then Anne and only one of my 4 children has been able to go back to Thailand with us, but one of my dreams is to have them all there so that they can also see many of the changes and meet many of the friends that I made, even in that era, that I still maintain close contact with, and as we observe the international scene and what is happening in the world today. So it's an exciting time to be involved in higher education, to be able to reflect on these memories of what has shaped that part of the world, Thailand, and today, and to be a part of that evolution. I returned after 20 years. I returned to Thailand for the first time. The Vietnam War was over. And I helped conduct a training program for agricultural development projects out of Chiang Mai. And many of the participants at that time were from northeastern Thailand, including Khon Kaen. And so I gained, without returning, I have not been back to Khon Kaen since 1963. But again, I've had the opportunity to work with individuals who have been there and had their hands involved in some of the most exciting educational programs and research programs that have occurred in Asia. So it is a new world today, a new sense of partnership that we are developing with Khon Kaen University. And it's a partnership based on that power of education and what is meant for all of us, and will continue to shape our lives. And we're at a very, very important time in history, both for the United States and for Thailand. And I hope that we can reflect on these learning experiences and use those as a foundation for what we do in the future, so that we can have more students from Thailand coming here to study, more faculty, Kun Pirisit, Kun Sumali, as you look at your own educational mission in Thailand. It is that power of education and that devotion to reason and to rising to a level where we can resolve our understanding of each other and our differences so that we can make progress instead of impairing our ability to move forward. So thank you very much for what is truly a very distinguished honor. I feel very humbled, and I am deeply honored that you chose to come here from Khon Kaen to honor me on this occasion. I accept the honorary degree with great humility and with a total devotion to repaying it over time with my work for the future of our relationship. Thank you so very much.
To be granted the status of honorary Thai citizen.
Now I'd like to invite Dr. Pirasit Kamnuan Sin to come to the podium and give some brief congratulatory comments to Dr. Deaton.
Chancellor Deaton, as a Missouri alumnus, I am proud of all of the MU's achievements, and one of which this year is the men's basketball team. Although we should have done better last Tuesday. Well, another achievement is the honorary degree that you have received today for your many contributions to Thailand and to the Thai people in particular. It also a source of pride for me in that the leader of my alma mater has played an instrumental role in the establishment of our doctoral degree program in public affairs management. We have received much technical advice, and we have learned a lot from the experiences of MU faculty, particularly those people who are sitting over there. Chancellor Deaton, all of this is only a small reflection of your many outstanding contributions to Thailand. Traditionally, Khon Kaen University has been very selective in awarding honorary degrees. You are one of only a small number of people to be granted this distinction. Moreover, you are the first person to receive the degree of Doctor of Public Administration in recognition of your great achievement in public affairs management from KKU. Chancellor Deaton, I would like to offer you my congratulations. You are now a KKU alumnus. I hope you are as proud of us as I am of MU. ขอบคุณมากครับ
Well, Chancellor Deaton, on behalf of all of us here at the University of Missouri, I want to say that we're really proud of the honor you've received here today and appreciate your integrity and the standard of excellence that you maintain and the long-term relationship, productive relationship you've maintained with Khon Kaen University and with Thailand. It all sort of underscores the standard of excellence that you maintain, and well, this ceremony honors all of that, and we just want to thank you again for everything you do. So. Also, I'd like to thank all of you that came today, and we really appreciate your coming. We hope you'll stay and interact and talk with Dr. Deaton and enjoy a reception that immediately follows the ceremony. So again, thanks for coming.